The NFL Pro Bowl was held at the Orlando Camping World Stadium this past Sunday, where the best players in the NFC and AFC played in a series of games and challenges. This included precision passing for quarterbacks, a dodgeball tournament with both defensive and offensive players, kick-tack-toe for kickers, tug-of-war, a new addition this year, and various more challenges, ending with the flag football game. In previous years, players played in a normal contact game, and this is the second year that their pads were shed. With this new concept, some viewers really like this idea, where others are not very fond of it. Welcome back to Penn State Sports Night. I'm Jezenia Marrero, alongside Lauren Harth and Ethan Ellis, and we will be discussing our thoughts on the NFL Pro Bowl. Starting with you, Lauren, what do you think about these new changes, specifically incorporating flag football instead of tackle?
There's things I like and dislike about this new approach. I think I understand where the players are coming from and not wanting to play a contact game, risk injury. If they're up for contract this off season, it's a lot harder to negotiate if you're dealing with an injury. With that said, though, flag football is not the most engaging for fans and the whole team. Yes, it's a growing industry. It'll be in the Olympics in 2028 in Los Angeles. So flag football is big right now. But the players who are playing directly, they have a blast. Fans, they don't really hear much there in the game. The players, there's not big, explosive, exciting plays to see. I'd argue when you're watching on TV, you get to hear more of that banter because they'll cue in the players' mics live, which just makes it more entertaining and more exciting. And with that, not all of the players play. The centers are the only offensive linemen who are out there and just take a knee after they snap the ball. So yes, they get to do the skills stuff, which I'll get into later, but I just think it's not the most inclusive, but there are elements of it that are exciting.
Yeah, I think that it was interesting, definitely, for them to move the Pro Bowl to flag football, and I get why they did it. Obviously, player safety is important, but at the same time, first off, there's a risk of injury no matter how you play football, whether it's contact or whether it's through flag football. There's always a risk of tearing your ACL or some sort of lower body injury that comes in a non-contact sport. But I really just don't think that the Pro Bowl flag football challenge is the answer. I like the games. I think it's a great way to show off the skill set of the players, and the fans love it too. But flag football just really plays into the perception that the NFL is going soft, which obviously in some ways it does need to go soft because of player safety, but flag football just isn't the answer. I would like to see them bring back somewhat of a contact form, put the pads and helmets back on, and play real football again. But maybe institute a few new player safety rules or player safety devices.
You both made great points, and I think the biggest thing is injuries, as you both touched on, so I won't get too much into that. But personally, I really liked it. I think it was very full circle for these players. A lot of times they grew up starting with flag football. So coming from that type of sense, I think it's really cool and something that viewers are not used to watching, which I would think would make them a little bit more engaged. But you made a great point, Lauren. It can get a little tiring after times not seeing tackles being made. So it makes it very soft, as you both mentioned. So moving forward, what are some ways that you think the NFL can restructure this game to make it more enjoyable for fans?
Yeah, one of the ways that I'm looking at is getting fans engaged. That's the biggest part of this whole thing, is getting the fans engaged. A few things that I thought of was maybe letting some fans design some plays, call some plays, run a contest to where a fan can go help Eli and Peyton Manning coach the teams. I mean, that would be a dream for a fan. I mean, that would be literally life-changing for some fans. So that would be huge. It's just really getting more so into what the fans want, and that's really what I want to see them institute here.
I think bringing the fans in more is definitely a great idea, and you touch on Peyton and Eli. I think that's a new fun addition that gives more rivalry. The brothers are, even though it's all for fun, like obviously neither of them want to lose. They've been battling like that since they were little. But what I particularly like about this is all the skills challenges. Like, they make it fun seeing who's got the best catch. Like, you see crazy things, people swinging off ropes and doing flips, or wake surfing and water surfing. So it's just a lot of fun to see that. So I'd like to see more of those skills showdowns in it. I mean, watching Jason Kelsey on the gridiron gauntlet, on the sled, on that very last leg, rocking it with them, the big smile on his face, that's really just exciting for fans to see. So I think you'd want to incorporate more of that smaller competitions within the big competition.
I can't agree more with both of you guys. Ethan, I really like the point of getting the fans engaged, and to have a fan coach a game like this would just be so fun, so engaging, and I definitely think the NFL would get a lot of perspective for this. For me personally, I think it's really cool when these guys are coming from all over the place. They're all in different teams, obviously, and for them to be able to meet some of the best like NFL players, it's very cool, and it's kind of like a networking event in touch. So I would say maybe seeing more of that, just an average day-to-day other than the games, would be really cool to add on. So who do you guys think played very well during this game, and who stood out with you? I'll start with you, Lauren.
Definitely for me, it would be Keenan Allen. He had 3 touchdowns, 90 yards off of 10 catches, and he also threw a touchdown pass to Evan Ingram from the Jaguars. So I think he just had an all-around stellar game and just what you like to see in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, and one player I can't go this segment without mentioning is CeeDee Lamb, and we saw him play so well during the regular season on the Cowboys. Obviously, him and Dak Prescott are a great pairing, but he was a great pairing with really any NFC quarterback that played in this game. He caught touchdown passes from all 3 NFC quarterbacks, and really that just shows how great and how dynamic of a player is. He can adapt to any situation and adapt to any quarterback. So CeeDee Lamb was my MVP for this game.
Those both were really good players, and I like seeing them play as well. For me, I would have to say CJ Stroud. He's obviously a rookie. He played so well, and he's the first rookie to make it to the Pro Bowl since Mac Jones in 2021, which I think says a lot. He looked very comfortable with these players, and as I said previously, they are the best in the NFL. And for him to be there so young and have such comfort throughout this game really shows a lot for him. He threw for 173 yards. Just a really good game for CJ Stroud, and I was really happy to see him being there so comfortable. Although the Pro Bowl game this year and last year looked a little different, it's probably here to stay. The NFC took the victory for the second year in a row, so they must enjoy being no contact, with the overall score being 64-59. Everyone has a different opinion on these changes, but we want to hear yours. Leave a comment below and let us know what you think. That's a wrap for this edition of Penn State Sports Night. For Lauren Harth and Ethan Ellis, I'm Jezenia Marrero. Thank you for watching and have a great night.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For more content like this, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us a like, and follow our socials down below.
And as always, we are
Penn State Sports Night.